morning. This is the Real Stuff podcast, and it's Portrait Corner once again. And today we will be entertained by poets of Belize, and we are very, very thankful for Miss Beverly Marin to have organized this for us today. So I'm going to hand over to my co-host Courtney and Beverly. Take it away.
Thank you, Flavius, and good morning to everyone. Good morning, Beverly. And as Flavius says, thank you for organizing this Belizean treat. We are going to be treated to the Belizean culture. And as we are Caribbean, podcast, we surely appreciate, you being here. And so I'll hand over to Beverly to direct the program, and she will direct you who will be, doing the poems and all of that. So Beverly, over to you.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Flavors, for having the Poets of Belize Spoken Word 501 Poetry Group on your program this morning. This is an awesome opportunity for us, historical, the first of many, I'm sure. And I'm glad for all those who are online right now and for the others who will get online shortly. Angel, thank you for contacting me this morning and straightening out some details. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Margaret and Master River. Jassy just joined us.
Hi, greetings everybody. Peace and love.
Jassy. Blessed.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Ninja, God master. Bless up, brother.
Yeah.
I also have a friend in Grant from Washington, D.C., who just joined us just because I've been reaching out to all my Facebook and Facebook pages for people who can join us. So we'll get more as we go along. So what I'll do, I'll ask you guys to give a 2-second introduction when I call on you, so you can know who we're talking to. So what I'll do, I'll share first poem, then I'll ask Enja, then Margaret, Grandmaster River. Of course, I have to promote our book, The Name of Love. That's right now, and oh my God.
That's what's happening. Yeah.
Thank you. So,
One moment, Bev. The person by the sea, can you mute yourself until you are speaking? So we do have the continuous.
Yeah.
Wonderful. When is your time?
thank you.
It will be fine.
Thank you. So the first poem I'm doing this morning is called What Happens When You Don't Wake Up Today. This was written 15th October 2021. What happens when you don't wake up today? It means you are in other realm without me. I have to go on without you. It means you won't be able to hug, support, kiss, or be there for me. It will be a lonely, cold world without your loving, kind, generous spirit. You will be missed as you live on in our hearts. It will mean you won't be able to walk, bathe, or feed the dog. They will miss you. It means I won't have your company at the table to hold your hand, converse, or even play with at times. It means your side of the plane, boat, chair, bed, and table will forever be empty since you are gone. It means I won't have to nag you to remove your shoes from the hall, put your clothes away properly, or pick up the wet towel from the floor. I miss your shoes and your towel now. What happens when you don't wake up today? It means you won't have to clean the dishes off the table, wash the cup, or repair the fan for me again. I will have to do everything by myself. Help. It means you won't ever have to eat my burnt beans, fix up my broken clothesline, scrub my back in the shower, or lotion my crusty feet again. You are missed. It means the grandchildren will miss you playing ball with them, taking them to the park, or even telling them your original bedtime stories. It means you won't have to dress up for our family dinners, listen to my country and western songs, or ask, what's for dinner, honey? For the 100th time. It means you won't have to hold my hair when I am sick over the toilet, or peel the hot potatoes, or print out the laundry when I wash your dirty drawers. What happens when you don't wake up today? It means the kids will have to grow up without you walking beside them. It means you won't be here for anyone to play or to complain to. It means your boss can blame you for another failed project because of his mistakes, or call you to come in at the last minute for a double shift. It means you won't have to sing me to sleep at night, or climb the coconut tree, or make a midnight run to the store for cookies and ice cream. It means you won't have to edit my poems or reports, pick me up when I am late at the bus, or harvest the vegetables from our garden. It means you won't have to bail me out to the police station for indecent language, or make up the guest bedroom for my sister and her kids to hide from her abusive husband. What happens when you don't wake up today? It means I will have to learn how to balance the checkbook, file the taxes, change the light bulb, and do everything by myself. Why? Why do you have to leave me? It means I will have to negotiate this phase of my life without you by my side, without your encouragement, support, and always assisting me. Gosh, this will be so hard without you standing right beside me, my love. It means I will have to sell the house you built for us and empty the rooms of our memories one by one. Memories of us laughing, singing, dancing, cooking, enjoying life. It means I have lost my soulmate, my bestest friend, my forever advisor and confidant, my chauffeur, pilot, my beauty consultant, and I will have gained another angel to guide and protect us forever in the spirit world. It means I will have to thank you one last time for all the love, laughter, advice, support, scolding, tears, and encouragement you have always given me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and you will always live on forever and ever. What happens when you don't wake up today? Thank you.
Wow.
Nice one.
All right, we'll call Angel now. Angel, can you give us a short bio on yourself? Then you could do a poem.
Right. Hail up to all the poets, Belizean poets. Hail up to the podcast. Thanks for having us. And to the Jamaican listeners. My name is Enja. I'm an Afro poet, meaning my line of poetry is based on Afrocentrism. So I observe, and through those observations, I write. And so I'd like to share this first poem with the listeners. No, this poem is the theme is common to all of us in the region, in the Caribbean region, and it evolves around a device called television. It was written, I think, approximately 2000, 2000. So without further ado, I give you TV. Before TV, we never have this. All this murder, mayhem, and madness. We people never used to this cruel. Life was good in this duel. Then TV came along with movies, cartoon, and songs, taking control of we youngster, our children being raised by this one-eyed monster. Now we people just programmed. We watch commercials and learn all these slogans. We adopting different lifestyle, brothers and sisters acting quite wild. Mother dressing up like child, just making sure they're in the right style. Do you ever stop to think that the sake of TV, man start wear pink, and after we get showtime, we just start experience more crime because TV influence in ways we don't know. Look at the effects after HBO. Our family unit became so unstable after all the fornication. shown on cable. Fathers coming home to no food. After soap operas and family feud. TV wasting most of our time while poverty creeps up from behind. We watch pro athletes and game show with dreams of millions but just remain poor. TV have us living in a dream. With camera tricks, we're fixed to this TV screen. But it's time for us to come out this box, do away with stars and cinemas. It is time for us to see that BET is not the way for us to be. It is time for life of a higher definition and a better quality. So turn off this television and tune in to reality. This is.
Wow, that's a bombshell.
That's it. Yep, real life.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Margaret, you want to go next? Margaret, unmute and thank you.
I really have a poem, but Margaret Reynolds, I've been writing poems since, been doing poems since I was 15 years old. Published my first book in 2002. And since then I've published another, but started this book in Belize, spoken word Bible man, since 2013. We've been doing strong since then. It's just now with the pandemic that we've had a slowdown, but we have at least over 20 points strong and meeting every 2 weeks. But poetry get back to the stream now that we're easing up with the precautions. We're looking forward to that day when we can once again meet. Thanks.
Thank you, Margaret. Grandmaster?
No poems, Margaret?
Well, the last time, see Albert Street the last time. Remember the last time? No get last, no get last. Well, you know, they just gone, they drag me out of the phone. And I beg to get vexed. Might as well comply before they do me something. So Margaret and Reynolds and everybody, you know. And they catch me at the rain, half time when you just speak up your mind. Then another world, but I come back to this world, you know. And right now, everything kind of rusty, time out. Some people relate to time in very different ways.
You might have to talk about that, Grandmaster. Calabrese behind in your competition.
I know what they start to do. It's up for you. Some people relate to time in many different ways. Judge sentence of time, prisoner serve time, lampers waste time, his tour and record time, statistician keep time, politician got to in and living in a hard and a bad time. Then the referee, they call time. No, I got clap, no got no hand, back nor battery, you know why? I can tell you why. You see time, no time, to find time, waste time, wait for time, you out your mind, time, no got the time for the time. The last time I depend on time, I get left with time. Is there a right time for a wrong time for a right time? Could I be at the right place at the wrong time or the wrong place at the right time? When at your time or my time or her time or his time or this time or that time, the meantime, keep this in mind. All of the above mentioned, now waste of time. The time is now. Let's get it on.
What an ending.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Thank you.
Hello?
River Fire?
Okay.
Grand Raisins. Grand Raisins, Jamaica. And everybody out there. I had a river fire. Been a poet in Belize for the last 22 years. Only published in Belize. Self-published, book and a CD. I'll share when I'm young. When I'm young, Belize City, that my tongue. The road, that my brown. Melcher, that my fire bun. The people me seldom from. To the land where me born. What child me sick, no song. And one banana me split 7 ways wrong. When I'm young, 6 picnic, sleeping on 1 bunk bed. Here me nappy, no dread. What high heel could catch your head. Pencil, that me wood and lead. Eraser, that me chewing gum instead. You had picnic after your wed. And marriage, that me 50 years or dead. When I'm young, the queen may have a throng. Job could be pong. Palace and majestic, line long. Barracks may have beat sun. Coconut groves with sun. Jubilee and band, get a village and talk run. When I'm young, Grigadan, I'm a stand Greek tongue. When I used to sing, gal skin brown. When I'm young, Mr. Priceland Rover roamed the land. We had good opposition, like Mr. Wilson. When I'm young, the man word was they born. Today, I know young. All I see, now a whole lot wrong. My river of fire.
I'll wait never 3 times, despite how mature we get. I don't use the word young and old, mature we get.
Right.
Justin, do you want to share a poem with us, please?
Well, we're all the same age, Miss Bev. You know? Because
Yeah, sure.
energy is eternal. You can't make it, you can't destroy it.
Yeah.
So no matter if they tell you you're 55, yeah, you're
Yep.
there, yeah, from the beginning, because energy can't be made and can't be destroyed.
Thanks
It's
to remind me.
eternal.
River just want to say I see age 18, but never.
Yes. So my name is Jasid X Avila, and I've actually been writing poems for over 20 years. So I don't know what category of young I in right now, right? What you could agree on 45, right?
Yeah, you're in between.
Right. So I credit my mother a lot. Why? Because I always tell people I started reading from the time I was 3 years old. My mom taught the 3 of us to read from before we went to primary school. And it just so happened, I'm telling you facts, that my sister graduated valedictorian 2 years before me. I graduated valedictorian. My younger brother, who's always the rebel, he even graduated salutatorian. But the point is, we never went to primary school, and we did better than all the people who went to primary school because then time there, bad Creole, right? We never have no TV. I grew up in Corozal. We had books and candlelight at a point in my growing up. So my mom used to read to us in the evenings, read to us at nights. And we used to have these big tomes. We used to have these big, as I grew up and she met my stepfather, he brought in these American and English poetry that I fell in love with. I used to go over them and other books. I had a whole history of America, history of a free people. And I fell in love with the written word from I was from a small boat. And I always knew I wanted to be a writer and a farmer. I always knew that about myself growing up. So I'm in both modes by the grace of Allah, God, to a certain degree. I haven't published any book, but I've been published in different collections, including our anthology, Spoken Word 501. And I want to thank Margaret, right, for continuing the push because she basically resurrected 501 Spoken Word, which before we had been in BWAPS, some of the same poets here, Belize Writers and Poetic Society. Then we are in Spoken Word. Now I'm just prefacing that to say that I remember one of my earliest poems was when I was in a 2-year youth group with Miss Diane Hirak. It was called YLDP. This was when I was in my late teens, between 96 and 97 and 98. We were in it for 2 years. And she asked us to write a poem one time about certain social conditions. And I had written a little before that, but that was the first point that I really sat down and I really thought of, and my eyes had been open. So like Enja, like the messenger, Jason here, I do a lot of social protest, what I call social poetry, and people say love, but then I say to myself, all poems are love poetry. All poems are love, if you understand, it comes from a certain place. So I want to share with you a very short poem because some of my poems are a little longer. This one is one of the first one I wrote when I was like 18 or 19, and it's called OGCC, which simply means Original Gangster Christopher Columbus. And it's a dialogue between two people, right? So it goes like this. Boy, you hear the Columbus Day Parade? Boy, you hear the Columbus Day Parade? Stop playing with yourself, boy. No time for delay. You know, hear the band marching? All them pom-pom girls with their sexy dancing? You hear how the box, the blast, the buy one we? I hear that dance tonight, that free. Because we can have a whole extra day. This have to be one of my favorite holidays. But Junior, you hear how you song? You can't know about Columbus true background. When Columbus and the gang then come, they never have no parade, no beating of drums. When them pale face bloodsuckers hit tongue, that me just run, boy, run. You don't know Columbus start on genocide? Most of the Indians, may rather commit suicide because they have no place to hide. You remember your great grandma times 10? Well, Columbus and the gang bang she over and over again. Plus the one that can't breathe nor breathe, they get so much deadly disease. How you think we know about flu? Gonorrhea. How you think we know about flu? Smallpox, syphilis and gonorrhea. How you think we know RN diseases? RN disease was on Columbus list. RN thing made up on Columbus custom list. I tell you, life back then I'm a witch. Ever since the Indians spot them TV ship. So don't come tell me about parade and marching band. You better go to find a second-hand whitewash miseducation. Because Columbus, still about here. Even if you can't see. But watch out. Make I got something for you. And that's OGCC.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, I will.
I know the guys in Jamaica can relate to that since they were also colonized.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Right.
And that was basically the evolution of my consciousness at that point in time when I became more politically conscious and socially conscious of the issues around us in Belize, and again in the Caribbean and in the Black world particularly. So I've always written from that place in trying to share what's happening and looking at it in a more lucid manner, right? In a more clear way to give just to highlight the issues that's in our society.
Thanks. I appreciated the explanation so we can see where you're coming from. Can we now call on Indran, please? Indran, you're next.
Messenger.
Oh, yes.
How are you? Thank you for this lovely invitation. Okay.
Thank you.
Good to meet you all. I'm going to read from my new book, which is called 10,000 Steps Against the Tyrant. And I'll read a short poem from here. It's
Thank you.
Yeah, The Right Path. Let us roll, America. Let us not look back. Let us seize the fellow by the absent coattail. Let us reveal the traipsing emperor nude. And let us remember and defend the rights of our virus dead. But let us do so with respect, with love. Why? because Jesus says so. Why? Because we are not jackals and hyenas. Why? Because we have to get back on the road to the promised land. That short poem is one, the whole book is a book of love poems about politics written during the campaign against the tyrant in the United States last year, 2020. It's also about the epidemic, and so there's a section called The Mother of Elections and another The Mother of Pandemics. And there are poems about the real mother as well. Anyway, thank you so much.
Indian, where are you right now?
Let's hear a little about yourself. Who are you?
I'm a Tamil from Ceylon, which no longer exists. As you know, it was renamed Sri Lanka. I live in the United States near Washington, D.C. I publish poetry in different languages. I write in Spanish and French and Creole and Haitian Creole and Portuguese, as well as English. But my main work is in English, French, and Spanish. I edit a magazine called the Beltway Poetry Quarterly, which is a digital magazine, poetry magazine with other poets. I am also just starting a new venture into publishing poetry. Beltway Editions is the name of the publisher. And so welcome. I've been in the Caribbean I used to live in Haiti, and I've been back here now since 2017 from there. And I'm an islander by birth and preference, but living on the mainland at the moment.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you. Yes. Go ahead, Beverly.
Okay. I'll do another poem now, and then I'll call on Enja again after that, and we just do another poem. So my next poem is called The Lake. It was written in December 2021. Can you please put me on your list? Just put me down between 5 or 6. All I want is some love, like a hug or a kiss. I know you are very busy now with everyone needing your time, but I want some quality time with you. Just a short story or a little song. It can be fantasy or fiction. Does not have to be very long. Am I not worth a little bit of your time? Can you please put me on your list? It doesn't matter which one. Grocery list, home list, Christmas list, to-do list, master list. You get the idea. But put me between 5 or 6 today, so I can get that quality time with you. I've missed you. If you put me too far down the list, I might not still be around. You know, time flies in the blink of an eye. Today it is fun day. While we are young, healthy, and have lots of energy, then blink. We are older, more mature. No fun, not too healthy, no energy, and tough. We are up there in the galaxy. Can you please put me down on your list? If you have to squeeze in between your Zoom meetings, or gym class, or dental appointment, or church, I don't mind. Just please find some time for me today. I can remember when we used to go to visit our family and friends whenever we wanted, without having to call and make appointment, like going to a doctor or seeing a mayor or seeing a president. Can you imagine that now? Now you even have to ask your partner or child or sibling to put you on one of their lists, to spend some time with you. What is the world coming to? This is the season of love. Please find some quality time today to spend with your family and friends without you being on the phone and making them feel like they are such an intrusion on your time. Remember that you make the time for people and things that are important to you, whether it is for a short call, checking on them, or see if they need something. This is the time our elderly, shut in, and sick people need to feel our love and care. So please be extra kind and loving to them, with each other, and especially yourself. Thank you for putting me on your to-do list today, so I can spend time with you for that story, song, love, and kiss. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Wow.
Wow, yes.
Are you two hands?
Yes.
Great
So,
one, Miss Bev. Great one.
so
Thank you.
in my next poem, I want to address my issue where dear to my heart here in Belize and in Jamaica as well, because I have a lot of time that I check the media, like whenever I find my media in Jamaica and the murder rate. I mean, here in Belize, we have our share of what they call black and black crime, you know, and it's dear to my heart. And this is the one, this other poem for address gun violence. One more crime scene, one more body, one more child moving on without her daddy, one more mother crying out her throat, one more community trying to cope, one more brother dressed to rest in peace, one less worry for the city police, one more group trying to be supportive, one more senseless murder without any motive, one more beef, one more retaliation, one more family in grief caused by this lost generation, one more march, one more rally, one more hood, one more alley, one more bullet, one more gun, one more defiant mother in defense of her son, one more politician diverting the blame, one more drug baron on top of his game, one more funeral, one moment of silence. This is one more call to an end to the violence.
Thank you, Angel.
Oh, wow.
Reality.
Yes.
Rough truth right there, brother. Rough truth.
That's interesting social commentary and poetry. Yes.
Yes, it is. Miss Margaret, you're up. Miss Margaret?
Yeah, remember, I'm not prepared. I have Grandmaster next. Grandmaster next.
Okay.
Buenas dias again. Enjoy!
Yeah.
Yeah, something in my eye. Oh, my glasses upon my eye. This one I name Mr. This and that. Mr. This and that walk the street and skin up the nose. Mr. This and that laugh at up with dirty clothes. Mr. This and that wake every man and drink coffee and smell the rose. When he do behind closed door, nobody know. No if but me even or suppose. Mr. This and that vacuum, thy nose.
My God! Oh my God! What?
Wow.
But Bev, if I could interject here, we have about 10 minutes left. So if everybody could do one more poem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you share his poem.
Hello?
Ready?
Okay. Can you mute by the seafront?
These are the guys by the seaside. They can't mute there by the seaside.
Yeah, man, you can mute when you're not talking, please.
They're performing now.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, River.
Okay. This one is called Life, and I wrote it when I was like 11 years old. So it wasn't a gray bearded man who wrote this poem. It was a little boy, and it goes like this.
Go ahead. Sing. They're freezing.
We're like a bird in a tree. We're made of dirt. I prefer the word earth. We are of Terran birth. We are not holding fort. We are life everlasting, living in our passing. We've created our own casting, and I see slavery lasting. Who is human? Man, child, or woman? We are what's proven. Why are we not moving? We're like the stars, Venus or Mars. Yet we continue to scar our children in unnecessary wars. We are the thought that counts in different amounts. We've discovered and found, yet continue to discount. Who is God divine? Mother Nature or Father Time? We are our own design from the same universal line. We're caught up in confusion, a high and grand illusion. We build prisons for our children and enslave with education. We construct temples to heaven, don't consider life a given. We were given paradise to live in. Now we live and die in subjugation. By River of Fire.
Thanks, River. Poems are great as usual.
Good one, River. Wow.
Yeah. Deep. So, Justin, you want to share another poem, please?
Okay. So this one is called Expatriate Song. I wrote it right after OGCC too, about 20 years ago. And I write both in Creole and in English, right? It just so happens that this one is also in Creole, and it's like a dialogue again, right? So it goes like this. Boy, you hear say Kenny Ghana States? He saying he can't take this God for a second place. He fly straight to the land of milk and honey to find a white girl and make him money. The way things they go, I can't blame her, you know. Too much stress at this place and no work left to do. The young boy they hang out all hours of the night. Them belly so hungry, they're ready for a fight. They picnic on the street, no have no food to eat, no place to sleep, and nothing. And right on the streets, I tell you, this place worse than Kingston City streets. Juni, you don't know what you're talking about. Check your mouth up quick before you get hurt. You don't know Kenny never graduate from school? He going out there and get work like one mule. Most of our folks, they work 3 jobs straight just for taste one nice hot plate. Plus the same job they never want to touch, then go out there, that the same job then they rush. Remember last air hostess fever catch Jack? You may know say Jack done there and crack, stealing and hustling just for buy the rock. Soon they will send him back home in a pine box. How about this Celia? Woman so cute. She never done. She gone over there and turn one big time prostitute. The girl don't stop play poor and hard forget. No, my girl, they sell it from east to west. How about John? When we got such big plans, he never done hustle till he kill one man. The big white judge never blink for see for his fate. And now he spend 20 years upstate. See, all them things happen because people just don't understand. Not everybody could just jump up and be office man. You either work hard or get one better education. That's the only way to make progress in any nation. Because no matter how hard things get at home, out there, so you have harder things to overcome. And every time you hear your family start moan and groan, first thing them ball, there's no place like home.
Like home.
Wow.
Expatriate song.
Wonderful.
Real conscious. Thank you. I think Miss Margaret and Grandmaster had to leave us. River Fair might still be listening. Thanks, guys. So we'll go back to Indra now, please.
Okay, thank you. I'll read one more from the new book.
Me and
Okay.
Master still listening.
All right, all right.
Can you put it back up and keep it for a little while? Let me just have a look at it. The book cover.
Sorry, yeah. Can you see it?
Clearly, yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. It was done by actually my son, Anandan,
Okay.
who has designed a few of my books. This is published by Broadstone Books. So it's available easily in the US. It's also on Amazon and so on.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll find it. Look, let me read you another poem from the book. This one's called Voting Song. I'm going to take my mother to the polling station. This may be her last chance to vote for the right path from the burning bush, sinking ship, roadkill, victims of the raging virus. I'm going to take mother to the polling station. And son, make sure you get that absentee ballot sent here while you visit. Every vote will count. And daughter, although you cannot vote, not this time, I want you to know that we have tried with all of our heart and mind to throw the bastards out. That's it. Voting song.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's very humorous. Yes.
Yes.
Nice one.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
I guess this is my last poem. No, we are counting down, so we are still squeezing one more afterwards. This is the last one for me. This is called Splish Splash Bing Bong, June 2020. That was when the quarantine first started. Splish Splash Bing Bong, just like that, in the blink of an eye, the first half of 2020 have come and gone. What did you accomplish in that time? Did you start or continue your garden? Did you bake up a storm? Or did you learn a new language or take up knitting? It is said that this is the most powerful quarantine period that the whole world has ever experienced continually together over COVID-19 in 2020, causing global and economic disruption since the Great Depression. Can you imagine that? So many deaths all over the world in just under 3 months caused by the fatal virus called COVID-19. While in Belize City, Central America, which is the Caribbean basin, the undisrupted vacation paradise, there were only 2 deaths because the people here did social distancing of 6 feet and wore their masks while out and about. And because of the enforced state of emergency and the fear of the $5,000 fine. Of course, that was then. We've changed since then. This is the new normal of no longer face-to-face meetings. It is now free apps like Zoom, OBS, Skype, WhatsApp, Streamline, GoToMeetings, etc. Some news anchor and talk show hosts now broadcast live at home with no makeup or professionally done hair, have grown in their facial hair, and have children and pets on the set as they're in the comfort of their home. They're either in their living room, office, or outside in their yard while we are on this quarantine period. We now have virtual graduations, poetry events, funeral, wedding, visits, food and goods delivered to our door so we can stay safe from this dreaded virus. So as the year continues to proceed at its own pace, and we have to cancel our plans for vacation, marriages, international conference, etc., let us be more productive by planting what we eat and eat what we plant so we can be self-sufficient and get back to our normal life. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, wonderful. Yes.
All right. One last poem.
Yes, go ahead.
You have just confirmed the rumor that you're nothing more than a consumer. You are all that you are on the surface, You're just here on earth to purchase. So whether cash, card, or credit, anything your eyes behold, you must get it. No matter the risk or the cost, you're programmed to operate at a loss. Payday couldn't come any sooner, living the life cycle of a consumer. A capitalist's best friend is a laborer who's unafraid to spend, who would accumulate enormous debt, then proudly proclaim, that's how the thing said. So Christmas, Easter, Valentine, a consumer would spend their very last dime. Some would even secure a loan to live the high life in the twilight zone. They say it's the lifestyle of a baby boomer, just a fancier name for a consumer who is trapped in a world of commerce and trade with new releases and constant upgrade. With all the ads, promos, and marketing, it's easy to ignite that spark within. Then, ching, another product is sold to that consumer who lost control. Our children get consumed by electronics long before they learn any grammar or phonics. And parents today aren't even ashamed to admit their children are addicted to games. Some proclaim it's just the way life is, to be controlled by consumer devices. Is this a curse or even a mockery that we become slaves to goods from a factory? Or is this just the way life should be? Then someone should just enlighten me. Because I refuse to be just a product consumer, I will end this poem and just leave it as a rumor.
I really love this. I love this. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Wow.
So that's it for today, Courtney and
Yes.
Bev.
Yeah.
Let me just
In
let me
the-
just make an announcement. The Real Stuff podcast will be compiling a set of volumes of poetry from you poets in the Poetry Corner. So we're going to ask all the poets who come on Poetry Corner to grace us by submitting at least one poem. One poem. We'll tell you exactly when we will start. Let me try and share my screen and see if I can give you a look at the cover, because we have designed our cover already. So let me see what happens here, if I can. Okay, if I can. Okay, are we seeing that?
Yes, we are.
Yes, a pandemonium of poets.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what our Poetry Corner volume will be.
Audio.
Yep.
Audio and video.
Audio, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The full thing. And we also and you are hearing this for the first time. We are also going to be yes, see a big look of it here, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also putting together a social network for Poetry Corner.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Great. Good to know.
all our Poetry Corner things will be able to log in and and do their thing on this network. That should be ready shortly.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, man. So we have apart from Poetry Corner, what we have here, we have our own social media space. We can go on and post your poetry, your pictures, your videos, and you can communicate with the other poets directly
Okay. Thanks for letting us know.
or in a group. So tell me what you think.
I like the idea. Sounds very good.
Wonderful,
Great
wonderful,
idea.
wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so Courtney, you can do the honors of finishing up.
I just want to ask a quick question.
Sure.
Just so that I'm on the same, this is my first time here, and I thank you. I thank Ms. Bev a lot. How often is the real stuff on? It's every Friday.
Nope, we are on every day,
Okay.
5 days a week.
5 there's a
poetry
poetry.
corners on Friday.
Poetry corner.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain a little bit to you. Okay, first thing is that right now we are doing recordings, but in the next week or two we'll be back to live. We'll be back to live.
Right.
The other thing is that our poetry corner is divided up into many different segments. Our basic poetry corner is inviting a poet and they come and talk about themselves and probably drop a few other poems. And then
Oh.
Courtney came up with one shot running poetry, which is a group of poets like you, but there's no talking at all. It's just from one poet's poetry to the next. You just keep reading your poems until the time is up. And then we'll be having much more of what we had today. This is a group or a country, you know. In December we had expressions of Barbados to celebrate their being a republic. And Belize is the second one we have in this series, where we have poets from one country express themselves. You know, we have had one before with poets from Africa, but it was just a few poets. So, plus any ideas you have that can help us enhance the program, please don't be afraid to speak to us, speak to Bev, you know, so we can, because I realize that poetry is one of the biggest thing in the world from the beginning of time until now. But it seemed to have been on the down low. But it seemed to be just pushing up now.
So
Everybody's. Go ahead.
Are we speaking to two poets, yourself and the other gentleman?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I am not. I am not a poet. But
No.
I am just like music. I can sing a note, but I am part of the biggest part of music.
Your passion.
Consumer, yes.
Right.
And poetry is the same thing. I mean, I've been listening and reading poetry from forever, and I really love poetry. So I wrote a few poems, you know. But Courtney is a poet. Courtney is a
Okay.
poet. So the next time you come back, I'll make sure that he reads, you know, some of his poems. I guess why he didn't do anything today, because today was Belizean Day.
Right.
But Courtney is the poet. In fact, it's on the back of Courtney being a poet why we started this program. The
Good.
first session we had was Courtney alone. That's how we started. So Courtney, can you sum it up for us? Let we get out of here, because we are way over time now, which
Yes.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank all the poet Bev and our group of poets, you know, for coming and giving us a taste of the Belizean poetry corner, you know. So, but you know, seeing that it's the International Month of the Woman and Bev is our co-host, I'll just give her the honors to close out for us. And go ahead, Bev. It's all yours.
Well, before you go, Bev, I just want to I put this down on tape to say Belizean poetry is strong. I'm telling you, it is strong. I love it. I really love it. It's very diverse, and that also gives it strength. Go ahead, no, Bev.
I want to say thanks, Courtney, thanks, Flavius, and the management team of this Real Stuff podcast for having our Belizean poets on today. Thanks, Enja, Margaret, Grandmaster, River of Fire, Jasid, and Indian from Washington. Because I've been busy contacting everybody from the flyer was out. I've been
Yes.
I was in America a week ago, and I was calling. I came back and I'm like, come on, we have to get this going. So thanks, management team, for understanding. We couldn't submit our promotional video the way we requested, because this for us is a new thing. We just go to the event and we perform. We all know each other. The Spoken Word 501 group has been doing poetry for the past 8-9 years, and they used to meet every 2 weeks in Belize City at different locations. Only poets performing among themselves. When I joined them a couple of years ago, I came from Dangriga. I used to have my own open mic show with an audience for 4 years. So it's a matter of the Spoken Word 501 group and my open mic merging together since I'm now in Belize City, which is the old capital. So this is why I have these guys' contact numbers. We meet every so often and we share what's happening. So I really appreciate these guys coming on and sharing their time and poems with us at this point. So thanks again. Can I squeeze in one more poem, do you think?
Hello?
Can I squeeze in one more poem or it's too late?
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. What is love? February 2020. What is love? Love is leaving your home in Dangriga to cook, clean, and take care of your sister in Belize City who is on self-isolation. What is love? Love is leaving your family at home safely while you stay at a motel so you can take care of your patients in the COVID-19 ward. What is love? Love is a 7-year-old boy in Indonesia who have to quit school so he can be a jockey that outweighs him so he can feed and maintain his family. What is love? Love is a single mother who has to go to the farm to harvest the produce to cook for her small children and elderly mother-in-law before she goes to work. What is love? Love is giving up your dog Justice to your friend Crystal in Dangriga so you can move to the city to take care of your elderly father who is ill and can no longer maintain himself. What is love? Love is moving from your home in Corozal to Punta Gorda to take care of your partner, elderly parents and kids while he goes to school to be a doctor, to improve life for all of us. What is love? Love is calling your mom at midnight in America to check on her before her cancer surgery so you know she'll be okay. What is love to you? Love is spreading love by having events like this and keeping poetry alive. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Miss Bev.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Right.
Okay, so we will close off now, and I'm going to ask Bev not to leave. I want to speak to her after, please.
No problem, I can do that.
But as we close this very, very exciting Poetry Corner today, I'll ask Queen Labafu to give us the Our Father in the Garifuna language and Tafina to take us out.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajuguala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize I weeds. Shorty